It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From Quicken Loans. Won by Atlanta. Hawks coming off a 24-win season, Jay, but not one, not two, but 3 first-round draft picks.
Yeah, they got a big-time shooter in Kevin Huerter from Maryland. They got Omari Spellman, who won a national championship with Villanova, highly utilized in pick and pop. And then they got a very polarizing pick in Trae Young, who set college basketball on fire, one of the most gifted scorers you have in this draft.
Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Cavs at the controls. To Love. Probing the defense.
He sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. To Love. Beyond the arc for 3. And Kevin Love, no hesitation. Hits the catch-and-shoot 3.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
And he finishes at the rim.
I don't think these kind of shots are tough for Trae Young. You see, he's always been the smallest guy on the court, so he's had to finish through the trees. He's a lot tougher than he gets credit for.
Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
I'm telling you right now, with moves like that, scoring is not going to be an issue tonight.
And the basket good at the rim.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
To Love. Hawks come up with it. And finishes strong.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
Knocked loose. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by a Hawk. So it remains Cleveland basketball. Going to launch beyond the arc. It's no good. Shot's not going down. Dwayne Dedmon able to recover with the block.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Steps through and scores.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Sexton to Love. 4-3. He made his first effort, but not that time. Count the basket at the rim. Now a whistle, and Cleveland is going to use a timeout as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. Changes coming from both sides right now. No good, and no foul. On the follow, way to stay with it.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
To Trae Young. From long range.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. First free throw is good. And he hits the second. Hits all 3 free throws. Clarkson with the basketball. Margins 8. Cashes in for 2.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
It's the Hawks with the basketball. Trae Young. That pass stolen by the Cavs. To J.R. Smith. And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
First one, count it. Able to convert on both free throws. Jay, I'm going to say that you don't know this, but since 1980, the Hawks have drafted only 4 players to have appeared in the All-Star game. Doc Rivers, Kevin Willis, Al Horford, and Jeff Teague.
Well, how about a guy named Dominique Wilkins? I'm sorry.
Oh, well, interesting that you'd ask. Dominique Wilkins was actually selected by the Utah Jazz. To Kevin Huerter. To Trae Young. And the rebound cleared by Thompson. Smith now into the front court. They can get a 2 for 1 if they play this right. And the finish at the rim.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Trae Young. Baseline drive. Runner's good there.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Ball in possession of Cleveland. The drive right to the basket. And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2.
Now here's your chance to make them pay for making you the target of hacking. Well, actually, your free throw shooting made you a target, but you can still fix that.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Long key from 3/4 court. That's it for the first quarter. The Hawks with the lead. Time to turn the page after a close first quarter. Jay, what stood out?
Both teams are trying to feel each other out, but I like the aggression that both teams established in the first quarter. This is the first quarter league. The way you play in the opening minutes really sets the tone for the rest of the game.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Hey, at least this time he puts it up.
Here's Atlanta with the basketball. Trae Young. To Carter. Lets it fly from beyond the arc.
J.R. Smith, that's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
And hits the first free throw. Knocks down the second free throw. And he cashes in at the line. 3 for 3.
I like that.
Knocked loose. Hawks have it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Fires the 3. Vince Carter 20 years ago? Maybe. Not that time. Hawks come up with it. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
To Carter. For 3. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
And scores at the basket. Jay, tough recovery that time.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Doesn't have the touch. No good. Fires the three. Rebound Love. Cleveland has the basketball. And a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Love. That is great vision to set it up. Dwayne Dedman with a piece. Love.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
2 points for Larry Nance Jr.
Ed, I have a rule. If you're 6'9" or taller, I don't want to see you jelly it. I don't want to see any kind of weird spin or English on the ball. Just dunk it. Keep it simple, please.
Cruises inside for 2.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there. To Trae Young. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Shot by Anunoby, no good.
And it's never a great thing when you're talking to yourself the entire next possession about the shot you just missed. Now you know you're in that player's head mentally.
Layup goes down. Well done.
That boy's living his best life.
Vince Carter. Now pass taken away by Cleveland. Rises for the slam. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
The free throw good as he completes the three-point play. And the lead is up to 9. Cavaliers with the basketball. Has a look. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. To Kevin Huerter. To the rim. Lays it up and in.
Not a Ferrari, definitely not a Lambo, but hey, get you from point A to point B.
Sexton to Clarkson. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
To Kevin Huerter. Count the bucket for 2.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball, and there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Here's a chance from long range. Not sure what that was all about. It's no good. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Miles Plumlee. Cavs at the controls. Nice finish at the rim. Just inside the arc, at the buzzer. Time expires to end the first half. The Hawks with the lead.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Well, you can't do that.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Driving right to the basket.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. To Trae Young. Gets to the basket and scores.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Sexton. Shot from the lane won't go.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
To Kevin Huerter. The drive, right to the basket. Short jumper, won't fall. Sexton. Rocking the rim. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Stuffs it down with authority.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Trying to cash in, gets a look, can't hit.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make...
Stuffs it down with authority.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something, get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Ball in possession of Cleveland. He cruises in for 2. Too easy.
Absolute stud, just flexing on them on both the defensive and offensive end. I don't know if we should call him the young bull anymore. He's maturing right in front of our eyes.
Jay, it wasn't that long ago. Atlanta won 60 games. Right now, what's the outlook for this franchise?
Well, the general manager, Travis Schlenk, has done a really good job in trying to build the culture, the right culture for the Atlanta Hawks. And that starts with their head coach in Lloyd Pierce. He got him as an assistant coach with the Philadelphia 76ers, and now he can also steal that tagline for the Hawks. It's time to trust the process all over again, but now in Atlanta, Georgia.
And he connects on the first free throw. 2 for 2 on that trip. Trae Young. Lets it fly from long range. The Cavs secure the rebound. Smith into the front court. Leads 1. And a nice finish at the rim.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Cleveland foul.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Dwayne Dedmon at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. For his career, 69% at the line. Drive to the basket, but the shot won't go.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Kent Bazemore swats it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Count it.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
To Kent Bazemore. Has a chance. The jumper's off the mark.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short on the shot.
It's good, and 1.
Oh, he should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Count it. Old-fashioned 3-point play. Trae Young to Kevin Huerter. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul. but take it when you can get it.
Knocked loose. Hawks have it. Beyond the arc for three. Trae Young bothered just enough there.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Cavs able to clear the rebound. Clarkson with the basketball. His guys now trailing by a point. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by a Hawk. Time for some new personnel into the game. Clarkson. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
It's Atlanta ball.
Number 18, Matthew Dellavedova.
Short jumper stays out. Oh, they call the foul, Jay.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Knocks down the first. Goes 2 for 2. That misses with 3 seconds left. That's the end of the third quarter. The Cavaliers have the lead. Hawks with the basketball to start this fourth quarter. We've got a one-possession game going on. This has the look of a race that's going down to the wire.
And it looked that way from the very beginning, but this is where the coaches and the best players on the floor really earn their money down the stretch. It's game time.
To J.R. Smith. Knocked loose. Hawks come up with it.
I'll take that.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Cleaning the offensive glass. 4-3. Not getting the bounce. From long range. He is yet to hit one tonight. No good. Knocked loose. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by a Hawk. So this will stay with the Cavs. Driving right to the basket. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
And they call it.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Dwayne Dedmon tips it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Hawks with the basketball. Trae Young. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. And he hits.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
The drive, right to the basket, and he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
All right, that was a little bit of a gamble there, but not a terrible move sending him to the free throw line.
Matthew Dellavedova, a couple of free throws on the way. He's perfect from the line so far. First one goes down. And he makes them both. Here's Atlanta. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Knocked loose. Hawks have it. And count the basket.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
To Love. Alex Len snatching it out of the air.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Has a look. Doesn't get the bounce.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
To Trae Young. That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Right down Broadway for the two. Defender has to pick him up.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
To Carter. Trying to cash in. Hand in his face. Still hits. You don't see that very often.
When miracles happen, you accept it and you're thankful. But you don't expect it all the time.
The pass set it all up.
There's no better feeling after a game after you had 25-plus assists and you won the game and everybody recognizes that it's time for their bank accounts to get rewarded.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. It's Henson with the rebound. Knight into the front court. His guys down three. Knocked loose. Alex Len sends it away.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
From the outside, no good. Fires the three. They dared him, and he burns them.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Now the Cavs gonna signal for timeout. That's their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with one remaining. Alex Len rejects it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Got it.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
Hawks have it. It's blocked.
You see, that's why you never give up on the play, Ed. You always stay in the game.
Reminiscent of LeBron on Iguodala. And he'll go to the foul line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Matthew Dellavedova at the line for 2 shots. Hasn't missed yet. First free throw is good. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Larry Nance Jr. Huge block. That's out. Last touch by Larry Nance Jr. And 2 points to the board. Now a whistle, and Cleveland is going to use a timeout. It's their second and final one of the last 3 minutes. They cannot stop the clock again. Cleans it up. Offensive board. And the rebound comes down to Collins. Look out. Vince Carter. Slam dunk.
An easy 2. Get back on defense.
Cleveland has the basketball. And scores.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
scores from the post.
The assist from number 15.
Deep three at the buzzer. The Hawks are victorious as they win this one.